watching Fox 10 Phoenix now.
We begin with a Fox 10 News alert this morning. Police investigation underway in Phoenix.
Dominique Newland is joining us live from the scene. This is in the area of 27th Street and Indian School Road. Dominique, what can you tell us?
Guys, good morning. Yeah, we're here at 28th Street in Clarendon, the intersection right here where we're told police received a call about a shooting that happened at 3:30 this morning. And when officers first arrived, they didn't locate a victim. We later learned that that adult male victim later took himself to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And this area that we're in, heavily trafficked, a big residential area as well. There's some homes off to the left as well as an apartment complex to the right. So this road that we're at is currently closed in both directions. A lot of police here, the crime scene tape still up. And our photojournalist who was on scene earlier this morning did see police laying out crime scene markers, evidence markers, as well as talking to some neighbors nearby. And what we're seeing this morning is still police currently talking with some people here who do live in the area, trying to figure out how the shooting came about and what has led up to this. So as far as any suspects, that information is still pending this morning, but this area has been closed off for several hours, and safe to say it probably will be for at least the next hour or two as police continue to wrap up their investigation. Once again, a shooting happening here at around 3:30 this morning at 28th Street in Clarendon. So keep that in mind if you are headed this way. This street behind me closed off in both directions, guys.
All right, Dominique Newland reporting live for us this morning. Dominique, thank you. Also new this morning, an investigation is underway after the body of a man was found near a dumpster at an apartment complex. This is in West Phoenix in the area of 55th Avenue and Indian School Road. Details still limited right now. We're going to continue to track the story and bring you the very latest.
Heartbreaking story to bring you here in another part of the state. We're going to take you up to Yavapai County. A 14-year-old boy is dead this morning after he was hit by a car while riding a bicycle. It was last night in Prescott Valley near Viewpoint and Manley Drives. Crews responded. It was unfortunately determined that the boy had to be airlifted to a hospital here in the valley, and that's where sadly he would die from his injuries. The driver of the car was taken into custody, and the cause of the crash is under investigation. Also developing this morning, a major break in a Valley cold case.
Yeah, nearly 2 years to the day after a woman named Joanne Dudek went missing in Anthem. Some of her remains have now been found. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office have identified a skull found in the New River area and have identified it as the missing woman's. Her family tells Fox 10 that many questions about her death remain unanswered. Joanne went missing on November 13th, 2022. At the same time, she was living with her husband Walter and their adopted daughter and her boyfriend. As weeks passed, neither Joanne's husband nor her daughter had filed a missing persons report. Then her husband Walter died a few months later. For the rest of the family, things are just not adding up.
To the evolving storyline of what had happened on the 13th, our family started to get the feeling that the people who were living in that house were not telling the truth about what had happened on the 13th.
So now that the skull has been found, this is now considered an active homicide investigation. Dudek's niece also tells Fox 10 that all contact with her daughter has been cut off for the sake of the family and the investigation. We're also learning new information this morning about a group of thieves armed with AK-47 style rifles trying to steal trucks in Wadell last month. Remember this crazy video?
It was, yeah, and this is a wild story, bizarre. DPS are now saying the 4 men facing charges are part of this larger operation with ties to Mexico. Well, according to court documents, the group used devices to copy the truck's key fobs to break in. This is the video that we brought you just a few weeks ago. They then start the cars and drive off while others stood guard with guns pointed at the homes. And they weren't just guns, they were those AK-47s. Well, the stolen vehicles were then taken to a chop shop, cut up for their expensive parts. The 4 men are now facing several felony charges, including trafficking and stolen property and conspiracy. DPS plans to release more information on this criminal enterprise later this week.
Well, also developing in Phoenix, the city is looking to expand its gated alley program meant to help clean up neighborhoods.
Yeah, some of the neighborhoods around town already have this going on here. Phoenix homeowners say the alleys behind their properties attract everything from trash and tents to drugs and graffiti, which is why they say the gated alley program has become more popular. So here's how it works. Property owners start with a petition for the gates. A neighborhood needs 50% plus one to agree on these gates, and the city will then come out, evaluate, approve, and install the gates. There is an $850,000 budget for the program right now. City leaders say they need $3 million more to meet the growing demand.
This is something that taxpayers have been asking for. Long story short, we've tested this out, and it definitely helps because people don't want people camping out right behind their houses.
City Council will vote on increasing funding for the alley gates in the coming weeks. We have a link for more information if you maybe want to implement or talk to your neighbors about this on our website, fox10phoenix.com.
Well, this morning we're getting a better look at some dramatic Halloween rescue that was done by Phoenix police after a driver crashed right into a backyard pool. Take a look at this.
Hey, Phoenix police, come here. I got you.
Wow, look at this. This happened near 35th Avenue and Indian School Road. Neighbors called police after watching that car come crashing into a backyard pool. Police say the first officer who responded noticed a man was still inside the car. So that's when he jumped into action, jumping right into the water with a crowbar to break through the sunroof of that car. In order to get that man out, officers say the driver told them he accidentally stepped on the gas too hard, ended up right in that pool.
Yeah, big thank you to our police officers out there. What a job well done. Future of a historic East Valley building.
Yeah, the developer planning to tear down the Clare House in Gilbert is now accused of running a Ponzi scheme. So Irene Snyder has more on what's happening here. Good morning, Irene.
Well, hey guys, good morning. This is the Clare House. It's one of the oldest buildings here in Gilbert. Take a look at what it looks like now. It was most recently known as Burgie's Coffee House, but you can see it is abandoned at this point. Pretty dilapidated too. Now it is in Gilbert, the oldest building in Gilbert. It sits in the same place since 1918, but is now part of a huge investigation. The developer of the property, named Aaron Wagner, gave HD South, which houses the Gilbert Historical Museum, time to fundraise money to move the building, but they did not reach their goal. Wagner's plan was to build a bottled blonde where the historic home sits, but now those plans will change after he was recently charged an indictment with 16 wire fraud and money laundering charges. Court documents out of Utah claim Wagner defrauded investors of millions of dollars. If he is convicted, he'll have to forfeit proceeds of the sale of a commercial building in Scottsdale and 2 real estate properties out of state. But the future of the Clare House is still up in the air.
Sad to see, because now this property is in limbo. You know, even if he said you can move it, we can't move it because I'm sure the FBI is going to seize it at some point.
We did hear back from Wagner's attorney. He says Wagner denies the allegations and looks forward to defending himself in court. For Out Now, HD South is unclear what the future of the Clare House is going to be. Make sure to stay with Fox 10 for the latest developments on the story. And they are trying to fundraise money right now to get it moved into a museum. We'll send it back to you.
Irene, thank you so much. A renewed warning this morning about the Verde River. The U.S. Geological Survey and the Arizona Water Sentinels released their Upper Verde River survey results this morning, indicating the increased groundwater pumping has reduced the flow of the river in recent years. The U.S. Geological Survey predicts the river will run dry in 20 years if current increases continue. The groups are recommending state government action to reduce groundwater pumping in this part of Arizona. It has been nearly 2 weeks since a contract between Blue Cross and Blue Shield and Phoenix Children's Hospital came to an end.
Yeah, unfortunately, this left a lot of families in limbo, and this isn't the first time for one Valley family. This is the Kozatek family. Last year, they had United Healthcare, and Dad Eric was worried his son Brock would lose coverage during a contract dispute. Brock has an inoperable tumor behind his eye, and he needs daily chemo pills and quarterly MRIs. That dispute was resolved, but now guess what? They have Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and that deal expired on Halloween, leaving the family feeling a little frustrated and worried.
You have to weigh the cost versus the unknown and the fear of another doctor, you know, and quite honestly, we don't know what we're going to do. Fix it. Please fix it. I mean, we're not alone in this.
So the insurance company says it's offering solutions for families, but Eric isn't sure what that means for Brock because the child's treatments will never end. For more on what families should know, you can go to our website, fox10phoenix.com. St. Mary's Food Bank gearing up for their annual Thanksgiving turkey distribution.
Yes, and they need the public's help right now. Danielle is live at St. Mary's Food Bank with more on how you can help. Hi, Danielle.
Hey guys, good morning. So we're about 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, and St. Mary's Food Bank, we see them, they do this turkey drive every single year, but unfortunately this year they are way behind on where they should be, and that is many factors. Jerry Brown here with us this morning. There's a lot of factors leading to the drop in donations.
Right. I think the election took a lot of air out of the room over the last couple of days, and we're hoping that now that that's behind us, all the decisions have been made, that people can focus on that. It's 2 weeks from tomorrow. We need a lot of help. We hope to distribute 23,000 turkeys over these leading up to Thanksgiving, and we're about half that number right now.
Wow. And do you think you can do that in 2 weeks? I mean, is that something?
It's something that we've done before, but we're going to need a lot of help from folks. We've been encouraged in the last couple of days. Slade Stewart, Albertsons, Safeway, Lifted Trucks, they've all made donations. They kind of knocked 1,000 turkeys off that list. We're still at about 11,000 turkeys that we need. We have our big Super Saturday turkey drive coming up on November 23rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be at 19 different Albertsons locations along with the 2 food bank locations where you can make your donation, or you can just bring your turkey right down here whenever you want to. We're open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Our normal business hours are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can even come by on Saturday if you want. Please come down and do that.
And you were saying, Jerry, I mean, this year you're expecting to see the most people that you've ever seen needing help.
Right. We had a record number last year of 21,000 turkeys. We're expecting another 10% increase on that. Just what we've seen on a daily basis, inflation is continuing to hammer families. We see 1,700 families a day coming to the food bank at just our 2 main locations. We're distributing 260,000 meals a day. We know Thanksgiving will be busy. If you have it in your heart, if you have it in your ability to do that, make a donation. Donate a turkey, go to stmarysfoodbank.org, make a $20 donation. That'll put a turkey on the table for a family. If you're able to do 5 turkeys, that's 5 families. When you sit down with your family on Thanksgiving Day, 5 families somewhere else will be sitting down and having a turkey.
And they get this turkey, and they also get this food box over here.
Right, they get a food box. They get this. This has kind of been souped up for the holidays. So we have stuffing, we have cranberries, cranberry sauce, fruits and vegetables, but they also get fresh produce. They get a 5-pound bag of potatoes. So pretty much everything you need to put together a Thanksgiving meal. We just need that centerpiece. We need that turkey, and that's where folks can come in and really help us out.
Website one more time for folks out there.
stmarysfoodbank.org, a $20 donation will put a turkey on the table for a family. If you have the ability this year, the need is the highest it's ever been. If it's been a good year for you, please make it a good day for somebody else.
Awesome, Jerry. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And yeah, that Super Saturday's coming up. That's where all Albertson, Safeway stores, they do that big turkey drive. So, and then just come here to the normal location during business hours. You can drop off a turkey.